This day, it is Thursday, January 4th. Did you just see that new intro? I really have to start coming to rehearsal. That was a surprise for me. That's pretty cool. I love it. So that's our new one as we're celebrating 60 years here. Welcome to the program. I'm Michael Taylor. Thanks for joining us. Still cleaning up from Christmas. Still got things going on. We're still cleaning up from Christmas. Right over here in the corner is a bunch of pile of Christmas things. Cole, can we move the camera over here and show them that? No? Okay, well, anyway, it's a big pile of junk. I'm almost done with Christmas. I got my tree still in the house. That's the last thing. I was supposed to do it yesterday. Things got in the way. I'm going to do it today, I promise. But that'll be the last of Christmas. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you enjoyed the new year and all the holidays. And now we're back to our regular rigors of January. And back to our show we got on today. We got some great stuff for you. We have the Shalom Club. Paula Kruger's going to be coming on, talking about their revamped logo. Talking about new stuff here. We got our new open. Paula, they have a new logo. They have a new kind of revamped ideas of what they want to do with the club. And they got a great performance that's coming up. Later on this month, we'll talk to you about that as well. And then Thrive Project with Mark Rabinowitz. He's going to talk about how we can kind of thrive during this new year and how we can, some of the steps we can do to make our lives just a little bit better. And who doesn't want that? All right, let's take a look at our Stay Informed. And if you've got that tree still lingering around the house like I do, well, Landscaping Services Department will pick up the trees. You'll put them out on the curb. They're going to do it the rest of this week. Make sure you call ahead, let them know. But those trees get ground up into mulch, then they put in the slopes around here and the shrub beds, so you can enjoy your tree year round. You just know it's part of the mulch that they're doing here. So call the number on the screen, email if you want to get more information, but put that tree out there and get it all picked up and taken care of. All right, let's take a look at our weather for now. We have cool temperatures. It is winter in Southern California. I know some people roll their eyes at the idea of winter in Southern California, but it's cold for us. You know, some transplants understand we don't get the snow and all that fun stuff, but very cool temperatures. In fact, Friday is probably going to be our warmest day for the next week or two. We got 60s low 60s all next week as well. No rain really in the forecast that I could see, but very cool temperatures. We're going to be mixing from mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. That's going to be about it. No major variations in our weather. We'll take a little respite from the rain for now. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Here's that tree I have to take down. This is my little rescue pitty, Tina, and she has her Christmas antlers on. She was not happy about this picture. I had to coax her with treats just to make her sit still long enough to take this picture. She is a sweetheart and lover, and we enjoyed her on Christmas as always. These are good Christmas pitty. Our sunrise today was 4:55. Our sunset, I reversed those. Sunrise is 6:55. Sunset 4:55. I reversed my numbers on the screen there. If you'd like to send us a picture, go ahead and do so. It would be very easy. You just email us any picture you like of a sunrise, sunset, your pet, whatever it might be, to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. Make sure you send us your name and where you took the picture, and we will put it on our sunrise and our sunset photo segment. All right, folks, let's take a look at the one meeting we have today, and then when we come back, we'll be talking to Paula Kruger from the Shalom Club.
Welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Pet boarding and daycare reimagined in Laguna Woods. Smart Park is offering 1 month of unlimited free daycare to new clients that pass a temperament evaluation. Call today to redeem this offer and get started.
No one deserves to be ashamed of their smile. MacArthur Dental Arts is here to bring back your confidence. We specialize in at-home personalized smile restoration through the power of dental implants and perfect fit dentures. I'm here to answer all your questions with free in-office consults or using our Laguna Woods in-home service special. Don't wait to get the secure, worry-free smile you deserve. Visit MacArthurDentalArts.com or call the number on your screen to schedule your consultation today.
Ready to hear the good news? From teaching others how to use their iPhone at the Mac Club or volunteering at the History Center, our community saves thousands of dollars. And there's more. The special volunteer luncheon happens because of sponsors. Recently, it was Memorial Care, Ivy Living, and Freedom Village that stepped up to help offset the cost. These are just a few of the many good things that happen in your community. Help be a part of it and volunteer today.
Shalom Club's off to a new start in the new year with a couple of new fresh things going on, a show and a new logo. We're going to talk about that with Paula Kruger from the Shalom Club. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Happy New Year.
And to you as well.
So tell us about kind of the general background of the Shalom Club, and when did you guys start it up, or how long have you been involved, and what's it all about?
Okay, the Shalom Club actually started pre-pandemic. I did not live in the village yet then. Apparently they had several meetings, and of course when the pandemic came, they shut down like everybody else did. And post-pandemic, in August of 2021, I had just moved to the village. I heard about it. I went there and raised my hand to volunteer.
Little did you know.
Exactly, like they say in the Army, don't raise your hand. But in all seriousness, it's been a wonderful experience for me. Mm-hmm. I totally enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. And what drew you to the Shalom Club in the first place?
Well, actually, I had some friends who belonged already, mm-hmm. and the focus at that time was more in a Jewish vein, shall we say. I became program chair in August of 2021, and along with Nate Kvetny, the founder of the Shalom Club, I just wanted to make it more inclusive, It still had a Jewish bent, but just more, as we evolved to multicultural.
Right. So, obviously if someone hears Shalom Club, they're like, well, I'm not Jewish, there's nothing there for me, but you guys decided, well, let's make this more, multi-faith, multi-personality, anything that kind of goes, right? And I think you have a show coming up that's going to be very reflective of that. We want to talk about in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, and you guys, how has it expanded? How has the Shalom Club changed since you've kind of gone on this multicultural bend?
Well, because of the events we had, it had a Jewish bent, but one of our by far most successful, we had a standing room only crowd, over 250 people, for a program that was called Violins of Hope, mm-hmm. which was based on a Jewish theme of violins that had been played in the camps in the Holocaust, but drew a huge crowd because it was historical. It wasn't. It was Jewish and historical at the same time. It was history that happened to be Jewish. That's the way.
Right. It almost transcends a lot of those kind of ideas of maybe shalom or Jewishness or whatever. Just that time and place in the world.
Exactly. And that really, quite frankly, led me to come to want to emphasize more of all-inclusive. And the first thing, we have three things that we say about our club, and the very first one is welcoming everyone. Mm-hmm. And we wanted everyone to feel welcome, and we want everyone to know that these programs are for everyone.
Okay, great. And now and you guys have changed your logo. What made you guys decide to go ahead and do that?
Well, again, we wanted to emphasize the multicultural emphasis. So we thought, well, what better way than to just put it out there.
Right there, right underneath. There you go.
Yeah,
there you have
can't
it.
miss it.
So you have this event coming up, and it's going to be a musical performance. Tell us a little bit about what we have in store.
Okay. Well, we wanted to kick off the year, given our new logo that says multicultural gathering, and at the risk of being redundant, the event this Sunday, the 7th of January, Clubhouse 1, is a multicultural musical festival.
Right.
And quite frankly, I feel like we're putting on a Broadway show, or if anybody's old enough and remembers, like the Ed Sullivan a variety show that includes many different aspects of multicultural.
Right, you have Middle Eastern belly dancing going on,
Yes.
African American Methodist Episcopal Church Choir are going to be there, dances of India, Hebrew and Yiddish songs, international folk dancing. So it's quite the variety of shows.
Yes, yes, yes. And just taking the first thing as an example, Middle Eastern belly dancing. This to me is very significant because it is multicultural, and at the same time, first of all, it's a lot of fun. It's very entertaining, and also, quite frankly, it's also there's going to be a very short explanation, because I personally have come to know that Middle Eastern belly dancing it's really a cultural thing. Mm-hmm. It's more serious than people think it is, And I want people. Part of what we try to do is semi-educational. It's fun, but it's a little bit of education just thrown in there.
Okay, so I was going to ask about that. So are there maybe little intros or setups before each performance to kind of give you the background and or the origins of these dances and these songs?
Exactly. And that belly dancing as a cultural thing rather than as cabaret entertainment. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, the dances of India, it's going to be contemporary as well as traditional, with an explanation of what the dances mean to the culture of people from India. Hebrew and Yiddish songs, that's almost self-explanatory, but not quite, because there's going to be a slight introduction because it's a foreign language, and we want people to understand what the songs are really about and what they mean. And the international folk dancing, we had this group, it's the Laguna International Dance Group, which has been in existence for a very long time. And we've had them before, and it's fantastically successful because if you'll notice, it says including audience participation.
Yeah, we're talking.
Exactly. They will dance, and then I will say, we did this a few months ago, and they came, and they were the only people there. And I thought when it came to the audience participation that I was going to have to turn around and kind of finger people like, you get on the dance floor, no, you get on the dance floor. And by the time I got up myself, I looked around, there were more than 50 people.
Oh, fantastic.
So we said, we'll do this again, because it really was. People loved it.
People got the message. Come and enjoy, right?
And that's what I actually say. Come and enjoy the not only the experience as an observer, but come and really participate, so that you really get the feeling of what, especially for the folk dancing, what it's really about.
Now, how do you cultivate all these acts, and where do you find them? I mean, it seems like a lot of work.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I am a person who once, and with my co-chair Cindy, who almost was here, but she just got off a plane this morning. Anyway, we pursue things. Hebrew and Yiddish songs are going to be sung by our founder, Nate Kvetny, who is Israeli by birth, so obviously he speaks Hebrew, and he also happened to have been partially raised by his Yiddish-speaking grandmother. So that was easy. The folk dancing, they had been here before. Mm-hmm. The dances of India, I just know this woman personally, and the belly dancing took a little bit of research until I got to somebody, but once I did, it's a group of 4 people. They are semi-professionals, and I've seen their videos. They're fabulous.
Well, folks should come out. It's going to be the Shalom Club's multicultural gathering, Sunday, January 7th, Clubhouse 1, main lounge. Doors open at 2:30. Program starts at 3. Paula, thank you so much for joining us, and Happy New Year again.
And Happy New Year to you, too, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to tell you how you can thrive in the new year. Stay with us. It's the new year, and we are hoping you thrive. And to help us do that, we have Mark Rabinowitz in from Thrive Group. Thanks,
Right.
Mark, for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Happy New Year.
And likewise.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about Thrive Group. It's not a typical club
No.
that people go to meetings and those kinds of things. Tell us
No.
what you're all about and what the focus is.
Thrive has been around for, I've lost track of how many years now, a long time. And what Thrive does is, as you mentioned, we don't have a club, we don't have meetings, but we just put out information for folks. So if you're having a bad day today and it's like, oh my God, where am I going to go today? What am I going to do? How do I get this straightened out? We try to plant little seeds along the way over the course of the year to help you discover how to get out of that funk you're in.
Right.
And move on to better places. And that's basically what we do.
Now, in the past, you've had like ice cream socials with Memorial Care and Saddleback Medical Center, and they've kind of like got folks together and talk
Yes.
about like ways to do that, just what you're talking about, right?
Yes, yes. And it's also a wonderful way to make new friends.
Right, right.
Yeah.
How important is community when we're talking about this kind of thing to get people out of their funk?
I think community is very important. And why do I say that? Well, if you can do something for someone else, it helps you to forget about your problems and maybe, not necessarily forget, but it lessens.
Right. You have more perspective, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. A good word, yes. Sometimes if and we all do this, you get too involved with yourself. It's, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my God. But if you start helping other folks, it just lessens certain situations. My thoughts.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, makes sense. And one of the things Thrive does is right here on Village Television, we see things like this up on the screen sometime.
Yes.
You know, and so you know what you're going through right now, literally everyone, right?
Yep.
Those guys. So is that a way for help to get that inspiration going?
It's the seed that we're planting into people's eyeballs. Yeah, and hopefully into their brains.
All right, here's another one. Now, you've taken some of these photos yourself, right?
I'm the one who puts all these things together every month. So yeah, and some of these photographs are mine.
Okay. Now, one of the ways you thrive, I think, is through photography. I want to show a couple slides from the Village Breeze. You're not. Yeah, here we go. So we got the squirrel there.
Yeah.
And then I think the next month or so you had that turtle on the cover as well.
Yeah.
And then you take all sorts of nature and photography, and you've also contributed many times to our show with your pictures that we put on our sunrise sunset segment. I think, and with along with Trading Post, I think you're on television a little bit more than I am.
I won't go into that. But yeah.
So it's the new year, and so a lot of people want to do a reset, right? It's
Yes.
resolution time. It's time to I'm going to get back to the gym. I'm going to do whatever it is. So is this a good time to have that reassessment for folks?
I would say it is if you want to adhere to what it is you're trying to do. To me, any time is a good time to start making changes. Again, speaking personally. But if I tell myself I'm going to do something, I do it. And thus it becomes actuality instead of fantasy.
What are some of the ways people could be more realistic when they're starting to set goals for themselves? Something truly achievable, or don't set it so high that it's just an impossible hill to climb.
Yeah.
Right?
I think if people, again, everything I'm saying today, folks, is my own thoughts. So
Neither of us are wearing lab coats. We're not
Right.
clinical doctors.
I am not a doctor, so it's all thought. If people know what their limits are, their parameters, they can better assess how much they want to take a step over a line that they have drawn for themselves. Sometimes we've all done it, is we set a goal for ourselves that's way higher than achievable. I always set little lower goals, take one step forward at a time. And that's the way I've always lived my life.
In some days, it's just getting out of bed and making the bed.
That's right.
You know, it's just it's a little teeny victories you can give yourself.
Yes.
That can maybe set the tone for other little steps as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'll do it later. No, we won't. Do it now, and it's done, and then you move on to the next thing.
And so, is there a chance, like every day, maybe to do another thing, like reach out to somebody? Like I've been meaning to make this phone call. Maybe set that as a goal. I'm going to reach out to a family member. Say I'm going to reach out to a friend I haven't talked to. I've been meaning to, and like you said, put it off. I keep putting it off.
Yes. Carol and I do this every day, or most days when we go for a walk. We walk down to the creek. I take photographs down at the creek. But one of the things that we do is we make sure to say good morning to everybody who goes by us. We don't know if it brings any happiness into their eyes, but there are a lot of times, and we've all experienced this also, is you're walking along and somebody's walking the other way and they're looking down at their shoes. And you don't know if they're having a bad day or what. But if you say hi, it may bring a little bit of, oh, somebody cares about me into their life.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, that can make a difference with somebody. I remember, this is a personal story.
Sure.
I was younger, much younger, and I was walking down the street in Laguna Beach. And I was really mad at my brother, and I was scowling, and I was looking down, like you said. And somebody said, "Hey, you dropped something." And I looked at the ground, and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Your smile." and I remember. I have no idea what I was mad at my brother about. I have no idea what the circumstances. But I remember that because somebody looked at me and said, "This person's not in a good frame of mind, and let's see if I can cheer him up."
Changed your moment, didn't it?
It did, and I remembered it to this day. It was probably 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember it to this day.
That's what Thrive is all about, is changing that moment.
Yeah, and those
helping.
and those touch points. Maybe you're not the person who needs Thrive, but that mentality of reaching out to others, and that, like you said, it's a service. You forget about maybe your things for right now, and you reach out to somebody else.
You did, right?
Right.
I mean, it changed the rest of your day.
Yeah, it hit me. And it stuck with me all these years in terms of that.
Yep.
So like you said, choose these achievable goals. What are some of the things you've set out for yourself this year? Anything?
I don't set goals for myself anymore.
Okay.
I just personally do things. If I have something I want to do, I'll go do it, or I'll think hard about it, and when I have time, I'll get to it.
And that's a good point. Once you kind of get into that habit of doing things, then it just becomes something you're already doing. So I don't need to set ABC for myself because I'm already doing these things, and these are become my daily habits, right?
Yes, exactly. Like making the bed.
Right.
Growing up, I could care less. Your mother yells at you, "Make your bed." Okay, fine. I got to go to school. Bye. But it's just a little something that you start to do. You clean up a little bit when you drop something and say, "I'll get it when I'm done with breakfast," or whatever. It's just to do it now and get it over with and then move on. And that's the way I've rescheduled my life, especially since I retired, since I now have time and don't have to ride airplanes all the time.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things I've done, and it's silly, but last 10 years, I make my bed every morning. I didn't used to care, but I got to tell you, it's nice to walk into my room, and I think it builds upon things. Like you say, you do a little something, it's like, okay, let's get other little things done.
Agreed. And also, this is a personal thing, but since Carol and I have been together, this is our 7th year, I make the bed and she's a little happier. So it makes for a nicer evening.
Right, it sets the tone, doesn't it? Right?
It does.
It's those little touch points that you can do in somebody else's life. And like we said before, when you're reaching out to a family member or a friend, those little things that you don't think they're that big a deal, but they can make a huge difference to someone who's in a bad place or in a bad frame of mind.
Completely agree with you, Michael. Completely agree with you. And again, that takes us back to Thrive, and that's what Thrive is helping, hopefully, some people to do. It's the thought process, and then the doing. You got to get it in here before it happens here. And if we can help people just have one smile during the course of the day, or make one bed during the course of the day, then we've achieved our goals.
There we go. Mark Rabinovich, Thrive advocate, prolific photographer, and touchpoint person of the village. Thank you for coming in today and sharing that.
Thanks
and we
for
look
having
forward
us.
to the next ice cream social. We'll have you back when you guys get another one on the schedule.
We're so happy to work with Memorial Care. You have no idea. They're a terrific group of people.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Michael.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Before we go, a little reminder, it's the National College Football Championship on Monday, and it's going to be two great teams, Michigan and Washington, meeting up, and you can go there and kind of go over to Clubhouse 5 and join a lot of folks and have some fun maybe. It's a free event, so you can first come, first serve seating, so the doors are going to open at 4 p.m. Kickoff is at 4:30, and who knows, there might be some gambling, a pool, something like that. I'm not saying there's going to be gambling, but there's probably going to be some gambling. Anyway, go over there, enjoy that with a bunch of folks, and watch the big game on the big screen over there at Clubhouse 5 on Monday. Should be a fun time. Let's take a look at our weather before we head out. We got some cool temperatures pretty much all week and into next week. It's going to be just about the same. We'll just be varying between mostly sunny and a few clouds either days, but in the low 60s, upper 50s, and really cold overnights. You know, I know I'm in California and we don't have frost and that kind of stuff, but 40s is pretty cold for overnights for us. So anyway, enjoy that week. It's going to be a nice, cool temperatures, but no rain in the forecast, which will also be kind of nice. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Been working with retirees since 1984. I specialize in protecting people's money, setting up a secure retirement income stream for them, and making sure their money is there when they need it. I started Sterling Financial Advisors under the premise that we not only needed quality service for clients out there in the financial industry, but ethical standards as well. We don't have any monopoly on the investments we use. What we do have a monopoly on is the integrity and how we treat our clients.
Dr. Farman, a tremendously generous dentist, did the work for me throughout my mouth, and I am happy to say my mouth is back to where it was, and my smile is back.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We offer general dentistry, crowns, dentures, root canals, and oral surgery, including immediate tooth replacement with implants. We are close to Gate 6.